Here is how you can create a film strip transition effect using Kdenlive. So I'll be showing you two examples. We have this first one here, which you can accomplish only using Kdenlive and of course your video clips, but only using effects inside of Kdenlive. And then we have this second example here, where we'll be using a PNG image of an old film strip so we can have the borders and combine this with the effects inside of Kdenlive. Alright, so over here on my first sequence, I have the first method. So we have our clips, we have this white solid to create the flash, then we have our film strip effect happening here. We move forward, we switch to the next clip, and we have a flash again and we move out of it. And then we have the sound design at the bottom, which is basically just a sound effects, an old school projector sound that I got from Pixabay. And inside of the second sequence, it's basically the same thing, except that I'm using these two sequences here where I already composited the film strip on top of my video with a little bit of animation so that it comes in to the frame. And so we get our transition with the film strip border. All right, so let's go ahead and recreate this from scratch. If you're running the latest version of Kdenlive, to create a new sequence, you simply have to go up to your menu bar, go inside of Media, Add Media, and go down to Add Sequence. If you're using an earlier version of Kdenlive, it will be in your menu bar. Go up to Project, and from there you should have the option to add a new sequence. So for this one, I'll call it Transition 1. Press OK. Here we are. Let's start from scratch. So I'll grab my two video clips here, drag them into the timeline. Okay. And for the transition, I will only be using 1 second. So I'll jump to the start here. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from here, I'll make a cut. I'll hold down Shift, press the right arrow key to jump forward 1 second. I'll make another cut. I'll delete the rest with a ripple delete. I'll hold down Shift again, press the right arrow to jump forward 1 second. I'll make another cut. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So this is what I'll be working with. Each one of these cuts here is 1 second, so 30 frames in this case, because I'm working in 30 frames per second right now. All right, so let's start with our first clip. And the first effect that we'll add to it is lens correction. I'll be using the second one here, the fray versus the AV filter. So I'll be using the fray here, drag it onto our clip. And on the first frame, I'll leave it as it is, and I'll move forward 10 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll add a keyframe, and I'll change the center correction from 50 to 70, like this. Now, on the first keyframe, I'm going to change the interpolation to exponential out. So that way it shifts very quickly. So there's a fast transition happening here. Now, for the movement of our simulated film strip, you could technically use the scroll effect, which would actually, let's see, horizontal over here, no, vertical. So we have up and down. So you could use the scroll effect, but it's unstable. Getting it to end on a center frame is very difficult. So instead of that, let's look for the no sync. So the no sync over here. And on the first keyframe, I'll leave it as it is, set to 0. You can either make it go horizontally with H sync, or you can make it go vertically with V sync. So left and right versus up and down. All right, so I'll jump to the last frame. I'll add a keyframe and I'll push the H sync all the way to 1000. Actually, because this is a transition, I'll make this one 900 so that we have a little bit of offset over here. All right, and on the first frame over here, I'm going to change the interpolation to cubic in. That way, it's going to start slowly and accelerate as it progresses. Okay, so essentially we already have our film strip effect here. So it zooms out and then it does the rolling strip effect, as you can see. All right, and now for the aesthetics of the old film, I'm going to look for old film. So let's go for video effects. We have old film simulator. So drag this in. I'll leave the settings to the default because I think it works just fine for this. And this gives it a bit of, that little flicker and movement to the clip. You can also exaggerate some of these properties or even decrease them. Next, I'll look for scratch lines. So the scratch lines is simply going to add a bit more to that aesthetic. So the scratch lines that you see here, you can also increase the width of the lines. So you have thicker scratch lines, so all depending on what you want to go for, and the max number of scratch lines. So you can make this very exaggerated if you wanted to. So it all depends on the aesthetic that you're going for. And finally, let's add the gate weave. So gate weave over here. And this is to add some motion to our clip here. So I will increase the maximum movement for the horizontal, so left and right, and a tiny bit more for the up and down. And that way we get a little bit more of that shakiness in our motion, right? You can adjust the intervals as well. So that's basically it for this one. And so I don't have to drag all of these back for the other one. I'll simply copy. You can also just press Ctrl C. And then on the second cut, I will go to paste effects. And now we've pasted all of the effects, but of course we have to change some of these properties. So for the lens correction, it has to start already a bit. So set this to 70. I can delete this second keyframe over here. I'll jump to the last keyframe, jump to the last keyframe basically. Add a keyframe and I'll move back 10 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I can add another keyframe. I'll change the interpolation to, let's say, cubic out. And now for the last keyframe, let's revert this back to default, so 50. Okay, let's do the same thing for the no sync over here. On the last keyframe, so this one over here, we're going to drag it up to 1000. And on the very first keyframe, we'll leave it to 0, but we're going to change the interpolation. So instead of having it be cubic in, where it's going to gradually increase the movement, we're going to make it cubic out. So it starts fast and gradually slows down. So it's a continuation of the previous clip and then it eases out of it. So if we look over here, it's going to go fast and then slows down by the end. All right. And the rest we can leave as it is. So we have this over here, and then by the end, it regains its position, and voila. Now, the other touch that I added was to add this color clip. So I added the color clip. I only need it to be 5 frames, so I'll double click on it, and this is 5 seconds. I'll make it 5 frames. Press OK. Let's zoom in here a little bit. I want to center it more or less. I'll add a transform effect to it. I'll move the playhead to the start of it. Now on the first keyframe, I want the opacity to be set to 0. So I'll move forward 2 frames, 1, 2. I'll add another keyframe and I'll move forward 1, 2, add another keyframe. Now on this middle keyframe, I'll set the opacity all the way up to 100. And now we get a quick flash. So this is obviously optional, but it adds a little something to it. Let's move this back a little bit because the transition here, there we go. Now I can simply copy, move over here and paste the effect or paste the clip and move this in just a bit. All right. Okay. And lastly, let's do our sound design. So I'll bring in the old school projector sound. Make sure it matches with our transition here. Trim this in a bit. I'll go to the middle keyframe over here. I'll make a cut. I'm making the cuts with Shift R. And now I can trim this, go for the other half of the iconic sound. So let's say over here, stick them together again, double click in the middle to add a crossfade, and we're all set. Now I just have to trim the other end. I'll add a fade out to it. Oh, this one got trimmed too much. There we go. And that's it for the transition right here. You can also save these as a preset. So you simply go up here, click on save, and save this as a preset. Now for the other version, it's basically the same effects, but applied to this sequence over here where we have our film strip and our video clip. To do this, let's start with the film strip first. So I'll turn off the transform. And this is our film strip. This is a PNG image of a film strip. I had to rotate it by 90 degrees and then scaled it so that it would fit the frame nicely. Keep it centered. And on this first keyframe, I scaled it up so it moves out of the frame. And I only made this 3 frames. So 1, 2, 3, and it comes in. For the video itself, I added a crop, scale, and tilt so that I could crop the left and right edges, because otherwise they leak on the sides of the film strip. There you have it. So the keyframes are, on the first keyframe, there's the crop left and right are set to 0, and on the next keyframe, they're cropped in so that we can crop the sides. The lens correction in no sync is because this is a duplicate of this first sequence over here. So yeah, so you create those sequences here, and then you can add all of the same effects to them as such. For the second clip, you just want the film strip to be over it, no need to animate it coming in. And because of the white flash at the end and beginning, you don't need to scale it out again. And that's how you can easily create film strip transitions using Kdenlive. I have a Ko-fi link down in the description for those of you who like to support the channel. You can click on this playlist here to learn more about Kdenlive. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.